Good Monday evening, everybody. Welcome back to another video. And tonight's video is going to be my review on a movie that I at first had no interest in, but the trailers kept me curious. That movie is Lisa Frankenstein. And this movie is nowhere near what I would watch regularly because it is a very dark coming of rage romance story. So, this is the story of a teenager who is a loner who is obsessed with death, and she has like a tragic backstory, and she turns out to be alone with society. So she hangs out in graveyards a little bit too much, and she is infatuated with this one headstone. So one night she goes to a party, and there's like this strange electrical storm that strikes this headstone and reanimates the young man in the ground. And that's where this story comes into fruition. So Catherine Newton is our main girl in here, and Cole Sprouse is labeled as the creature. Their relationship starts off rather innocently, but then it gets very dark. This is a PG-13 movie, but it's a hard PG-13 movie. It's on the cusp of being R, but it's just filled with like dark humor, and there's a little bit of spilled blood, but it's not too extreme. It's just exaggerated. So what I did like about this movie is the romance, but it starts off very slow. But once you get into like the whole plot of the movie, that's when this movie gets darker. Now I know a lot of people have been comparing this to Edward Scissorhands and Heathers, which are two cult classics, and this is considered to be an instant cult classic. But what really made me want to see this movie is the fact that it was written by Diablo Cody, who penned Juno and Jennifer's Body. And this was also directed by Robin Williams' daughter, Zelda. And I thought that she made this movie appealing to that certain demographic that this movie is made for. This movie is definitely made for goth teenage girls, and it is definitely catered to that nostalgic group as well. This movie was set in 1989. Represent. That was the year I was born, so I was definitely excited for that. And this movie didn't went all out on 80s references, And that is one positive that I have with this movie. I mean, you do get like those 80s songs and you get big hair and the outfits, but it just feels like a movie that should have been made like 30 years ago. And I do like that style to it. Now, when this movie gets very dark, it takes you by surprise. And that's where the macabre humor comes in. I'm not going to give away any of the deaths, but Carla Gugino is the stepmother. And let's just say that she's not the nicest woman in the world. You automatically know that she's going to get iced. And when it happened, I'm like, whoa. I did not see that coming. But then this turns into like a natural born killers meets Rocky Horror Picture Show. It's very weird, but it's very entertaining. And I gotta say, there is one of the most romantic parts in this movie, and that is when the creature and Lisa Swallows are in the living room, and the creature learned how to play piano, and they were starting to play I Can't Fight This Feeling by REO Speedwagon. That was one of my favorite parts in this movie. So, I really did like that part, and it was something very different for this type of movie. But I think this movie needed a little bit more work on its story. For one, it takes a long time to get to where it needs to be. And then the ending felt rushed. Let's just say it's got a very bleak ending. Of course, I'm not going to give it away here, but you probably could predict what happens. Overall, I really did enjoy this movie much more than I thought. And I think it is definitely worth seeing on Valentine's Day. So, if you guys are into Tim Burton-esque macabre romance, this is the movie for you. But if you are curious, like I was, I would definitely maybe wait to stream this. But overall, I really did enjoy it, so I'm going to go ahead and give Lisa Frankenstein a B. So, those are my thoughts on Lisa Frankenstein. Hope you guys enjoyed. And my next two videos are going to be my reviews on Bob Marley, One Love, and Madam Web. So I'm hoping to see one of those either Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday, and maybe the other one on next Tuesday. I'll see what happens, but you'll get those reviews pretty soon. And then hoping to give you guys my next episode on Film in 94. So stay tuned for all that. And I will see you guys later. Adios. Peace.